I'm making part of the recipe. I'm doing the red sauce here, and Carlene is going to do the white sauce. But one thing about lasagna, you mess up the sauce, it's no good. So we're going to make sure that the sauce is right. And I believe this is on. All right, so of course going to have 4 bulbs of garlic. I'm going to take this. It's good to have a garlic mixer, squeezer here, so that you can squeeze out that garlic. Add some more. And we'll have the rest of our stuff out in a bit. One thing about garlic has a lot of properties. It's a natural antibiotic. It's good for the immune system and also antiviral, antifungus. And it also gives the lasagna a nice kick and flavor. So I'm gonna add that. And here are some of the cans that we have here. You can have 3 cans of crushed tomatoes or 3 cans of tomato puree. This is crushed tomatoes right here, Cento. And I'll show it to the camera there. That's Cento. And this is the best. But if you can't get that, of course, that's where you get a Food Line. This is Food Line here. This is Hunt's. So I'm gonna add a little bit of onions too.
Because in that Cento is only it's just tomato, crushed tomato. Is it? No other added ingredients. They only have one added ingredient for the Hunt.
Let me get a little bit of water here. Onions making me cry. We add the olive oil after we. You just make sure you saute these onions and garlic. If you cry, it's okay. We have tofu. This right here, this is nay soya. I had it open some kind of slightly. This is nay soya. You get this at Food Line. I think you get it at Walmart as well. Yeah, it's organic. Make sure it's organic. It gives the red sauce like a meaty texture also at the same time.
No cholesterol, 0.
Yeah, we're gonna mash it up. You just mash it up like you do tofu eggs. Like we did at our last cooking class, you just mash it up. And you notice when I sauteed the onions, I didn't put a whole lot of water in there. I just kind of just put a little bit so it wouldn't stick. But I'm gonna add the oil once I get the red sauce in. Olive oil gives it some more flavor. All right. So now we're going to begin to add our sauce here. Yeah, we made this at the high school. Kids were tearing it up. Because we was planning to have them only eat half. And they're going to say the other half for the next class. Well, they left one last final row. I was like, man, y'all might as well just finish it off. We'll just make another one. So, I mean, they tore it up. So here are seasonings here. So we have our garlic, onion powder. We have a little bit of oregano, and we have, I think this basil. I think it's basil. Yep, basil. I can smell it. So We're going to add these seasonings in here. This is your secret right here. This is the secret to the powerful flavor of the sauce. So, now don't tell anybody. Now we're going to stir this up. 2 teaspoons of salt. Just a tad right there. That's it. All right, mix it up. Now I'm gonna add some molasses to this to give it a more darker color. About 1 to 1/2 tablespoon of molasses. We're about done. This and black strap molasses, high in iron. Mix that in. Add a little olive oil to this. And of course, on the recipe, it says about 1/2 teaspoon. And just mix it up real nice. And that's it for the red sauce. But now we're gonna do the white sauce. The white sauce brings out the flavor a little bit more with those mixed vegetables over there with the broccoli, the carrots.
So now, today, we are going to make the sauce for the lasagna, the white vegetable sauce. And the first thing we need to do to make vegetable sauce is actually use vegetables. Okay, so in here I have water, and not too much water, just a little bit of water to let my vegetables steam and get soft before I put the white sauce in. Just a little tender, however soft you want it. Okay, so we're going to add broccoli and the carrots in there. And actually, to speed this up, I'll stick on the other stove, okay? It's just gonna cook on here and just keep stirring it up. And so it'll be faster. I'm gonna put it on the real stove, okay? Now we're gonna make the white part, the creamy part, to make it creamy, okay? So what we do is we're gonna add cashews, and I'm doubling the recipe. So I'm adding 2 cups of cashews instead of 1. So cashews and water and onion powder, garlic powder, and sesame seeds and oregano. So I'm going to add that to the blender and some salt. You can add salt to taste, or it should say on there how much salt to add. Alright, so now, after that, just blend it up. The reason why we make our own sauce is because traditionally the sauce has lots of like animal products like the butter, cheese, things that are not healthy. So that's why we make our own sauce. So this has no cholesterol in it. So you do not have to worry about it clogging your arteries. So I'm gonna go ahead. As a matter of fact, nuts actually help clean out the arteries. So now I'm gonna go ahead and blend this up. Now we're going to put the white sauce in here. Now it's going to be a little more runny, but it's okay because it's going to thicken up in the pot, okay? So just stir that up. Oh yes, looking good. Was this too hard? So what we do is, normally when we make lasagnas, we make it like my mom and I will, like my mom will make the red sauce and I'll make the white sauce, and then before you know it, the lasagna is basically done. So that makes it easier. So this lasagna is going to have broccoli and carrots. Alright, so now, once this thickens up, actually we're gonna do the cheese sauce recipe next, I think.
While they're making a transition, I'm just gonna real quick, as you already noticed, do you see anything in here that will kill you? There's nothing in this will kill you, nothing. Matter of fact, I just heard recently on NPR News that they did a research, this was an interesting research. They did a research and they took a group of people and they fed a group with no fat, low fat, no fat diet, okay? And but then they fed a group with a low fat diet, but they added nuts and seeds, mainly nuts. And what they found is, because they were looking at how, because we already know the benefits of nuts when it deal with the heart. There's so much research on that, lowering the cholesterol, clearing out arteries, all nuts are heart healthy. But they're finding out that nuts, because the people with the low fat, their memory was not as good as those with the nuts. And they're finding out nuts actually help with memory. And it helps with, they're finding that it actually helps with avoiding dementia. But it's interesting because there is a nut that looks just like the brain. What nut is that? That looks just like the brain, the creases of, what's right, Uncle Madison got it right. Walnuts. Walnuts are shown to not only help your heart, but it helps your brain. So that's what you see. So you'll find in our recipes, you'll find a lot of nuts. I mean, some as we have some seeds, you find nuts and seeds, like sesame seeds. See, when it comes to eating plant-based, and some of you already experienced it already, you're not just eating salad all day. It's way more than salad, because your body has to have more than salad. Salad is great, because in salad, you're getting your vitamins and things like that. But remember again, the bulk of your diet actually should be complex carbohydrates. The reason why it's complex is because you're not taking out the natural stuff that's in it. Complex is you're getting it the whole, like the whole wheat, the whole grain, and things like that. You're getting it whole. So I mean, I don't want to burn this. So she's starting to thick up here. So you're getting the whole thing there. So that's extremely, extremely important. Because remember, vitamins help start your metabolism. The complex carbohydrates is like the wood in your fireplace. And the only way to get started is vitamins help spark that whole metabolism. So it's a spark that starts the whole thing. But that wood in the fire is a fuel, so it burns. So you have to have, you've heard people get on these no carb diets. You know how dangerous that is? Because your body needs carbs. It needs energy. They're not going to have much energy walking around with no carbs at all. Now, you shouldn't have simple carbohydrates like white sugar and white flour and stuff like that. That's not good. But the complex carbohydrates in this whole oatmeal, things like that, beans, we talked about beans a lot, how healthy that is. But if you want to avoid dementia, of course, drink water, but eat some nuts. And there's some benefits, cashews, because we talked about have cashews in here, which is technically a fruit, actually. But you have sesame seeds in here, but we try to do a lot of nuts too. Lower this down so we won't burn while I'm talking. But as you can see, we just have to continue to stir it while it gets thick, and don't let it, because what can happen is it can stick to the bottom, and you don't want that to happen. And it can burn, and you don't want that to happen because you don't want to have burnt white vegetable sauce. Where do you find cholesterol at anyway? Where do you find cholesterol that causes a lot of the problems that people have? Where is it? Where do you find cholesterol? There you go. In anything that has a face on it. Just don't forget that. Anything that has a face has cholesterol. I don't care if it's a fish. I don't care if it's a crab. I don't care if it's a dog. Of course, not a. I was gonna say a dog, but we don't eat dogs in America. But they eat dogs in other places. But I don't care if it's a cow. Yeah, they do eat dogs in other places. And according to the Bible, a dog is an unclean animal. A dog is actually a scavenger, if you ever notice it. It eats anything. You eat some stuff. But anyway, we shouldn't eat anything. If it has a face on it, it has cholesterol. So even cheese, because cheese comes from a cow, has a lot of cholesterol. So when I was talking about the cholesterol medication, a lot of people, they actually think it's really going to stop cholesterol and lower your cholesterol by stopping the food you're eating. That's not the truth. You know that, right? It doesn't. I eat the cholesterol and then it's going to go in there and eat it away like I mentioned earlier. That's not the truth. All it does, your body has to have cholesterol. That's how your cells are actually put together. Cholesterol is needed. Don't you know that? You have to have it. It keeps your cell walls together. Your liver produces cholesterol naturally. I think it's over 1,000 milligrams a day. Your body has to have it for every cell. So all your cholesterol medication is doing is stopping that process. That's it. It's stopping that process. That's why there's so many side effects. It stops the process in the liver. It stops it from actually producing cholesterol like it's supposed to. It stops the enzyme from actually because it's two basically in biochemistry, two chemicals come together, or they call them usually an enzyme or hormone come together. They come together and it starts a process, a metabolic process to form cholesterol. Well, your medication comes in and blocks that from happening. And then they look at your numbers. Oh, your cholesterol is going down. Everything is, and that's why they have problems. So that's why you have to study the actual mechanism of action. So how do you deal with cholesterol? Stop eating cholesterol. Your cholesterol will go down within a week or two. Literally, I'm just telling you, if you just did that alone. Say, I'm going to go on a 10-day challenge. Just 10 days. Not eat anything with animals in it. Yeah, I'm stirring it. I'm not eating anything with animals in it. Mm-hmm. You see how it's getting thicker now? Mm-hmm. Yeah, see? Getting thicker. Oh, that's a good one right there. I'm telling y'all, this have mercy. I mean, and one thing is, I'm going to tell you this. See, this is where you get creative. Because there are many times that Eileen and Carl, the main chefs of the house, they have to go off somewhere, and I have Uncle Madison here, and we have to eat. And so you can be creative, and I could take this and make fettuccine. You know that, right? The same sauce, just like it is, and put in the fettuccine noodles. And sometimes what we do is to make it healthier is to mix it with some wheat. Because for some people it's hard, and that's why we don't put all wheat for little general people, because they wouldn't be. It's hard to eat it because it's harder. They're not used to that. So I could mix it, and they'll never know a difference. So I could take some wheat fettuccine, regular fettuccine, mix it all together, put that in there, mix it together, put some salt in there, add a little other flavors, and bam. See, I can cook some too. See, everybody in Pathway to Peace can cook. You know that? You know that? Sean, he can preach the word and he can cook.
I'm going to do a couple of sauces. One is cheese sauce, and then they're going to go ahead and assemble that. And then the other sauce is the ranch sauce. Yep, it's ready to go. Yeah, the rest of it's actually pretty quick. I forgot about the cheese sauce on this one. All right, so let's, I'm doing a combination cheese. All right, so the only difference between the white cheese and the red cheese is what makes our cheese red. And what makes our cheese red is paprika. So we're going to add that last. So the first thing you do whenever you're using these blenders, typically you're going to put the carrot right there. You put the water in first. Okay, and after the water, I'm going to go ahead and add our cashew nuts. And we're going to add salt, garlic powder. I already measured out here. Makes it a lot easier, doesn't it? Notice I left the paprika on at the end. This is the sesame seeds. And lemon juice, fresh squeezed lemon juice, okay? Pour it all into the blender at the same time. Now, usually traditional cheese takes months to actually make, right? You have to ferment and everything else, right? This cheese is ready in a few minutes, a few seconds here. Okay. Now this is a lot more watery than normal because she wants to be able to adjust it so that it actually pours on top of the lasagna. Otherwise it's too thick and you're kind of clobbing it on. So we added a little extra water to the recipe. But I'm going to blend this up just a little longer. Okay, so because we're doing a mozzarella style for the lasagna, I'm going to actually pour half of this off for the mozzarella style. And you can tell somebody actually start bringing the everything back in because we're ready to assemble it. And then the other half is actually going to have the paprika. And you've got the ingredients there for it. Now, this is going to turn this one orange.
So, choose a regular lasagna dish or whatever, and put some olive oil down. Okay. And just kind of spread it out. And put like a little bit of sauce on the bottom of the pan. Okay, so, and then you're gonna put the noodles on. Yeah, we boiled the noodles already. And then we're going to add the white sauce. And you can be as creative as you want to be. You can experiment, like take it and add to it or replace. Like if you want, instead of broccoli, maybe you can add spinach or something. It's up to you. Well, okay, thank you. One, do the nuts layer. We're going to add so this will be the last top layer, and then we're going to add the cheese to it. Cheese sauce on top. So then what I do with the cheese is I kind of just spread it out like that. Do this mix. Just kind of try to like move it like that so it look like shredded cheese on the top. And then let's put some more white on there.
So you just do 2 layers?
You could add as many layers as you want to, but we typically do 2. Noodles. Okay? So we're gonna do it another way, okay? So we're gonna start off the same, but you'll see. Put the oil in the bottom, and then put the sauce on. Like that. As soon instead of putting the vegetable mixture in the middle, we're going to put the vegetable mixture on top.
And it doesn't take long to cook.
Sauce. You can add as much sauce as you like. And then add some cheese sauce in the middle. And it doesn't really care about this layer because you're not going to see it like the top of the other one.
What's that?
And this time we're going to add the vegetables on the top.
We have lasagna, we have bread today.
This is what it looks like. So that's the vegetable one. So we're gonna stick these in the oven and then we'll put them on the table. What I like to do when it comes out of the oven is put some olive oil on the top and sprinkle some oregano when it comes out.
Now we're gonna go ahead and do is this gonna be the ranch? Oh, ranch, woo! You know ranch is, it's not healthy for you. The regular ranch. You know when people get the salad and they start pouring on, what's the favorite salad dressing? Ranch. You just killed it. It's nothing but cholesterol. It's nothing but raw eggs and a bunch of other stuff that's not good for the body. Preservatives and everything else they put in that ranch. But watch, you're going to actually see. You're going to see them make salad dressing right here. It's going to be good. You'll see, and then you can just make it, and it'll keep for a few days. It'll keep in the refrigerator for a while. But be honest with you, like in our family, it just keeps one day. I mean, we eat it. When it's gone. You ready? Okay.
Yep, no eggs. So right here we have about 1 cup of soy milk. You can get West soy. And while he's getting that, we have our seasonings here for the ranch. Of course, we have coconut oil in there. And we have garlic and onion powder. See, those are 2 main ingredients right there, garlic and onion powder, especially you're making plant-based dishes. Those are 2 main flavors. Garlic, onion powder, we got some basil, sage, oregano, and of course salt. Got 1/2 cup of cashews here, 3 tablespoons of lemon juice. So I'm gonna go ahead and add this lemon juice here. Add that. And I'm gonna add the cashews. I'm gonna put all these, matter of fact, that's what I'll do. Before I add those seasonings in there. I'm gonna go ahead and blend this up some. Now here's your West soy. You can get this at Walmart. West soy, as you can see, you look at the ingredients, it's just filtered water, whole organic soybeans. That's it. Yeah, it varies. That's pretty good. So I'm gonna blend these seasonings up here. We're gonna have a non-GMO salad dressing. And we're gonna cut it off right here.